If you're over 50, I need you to pay very close attention for the next few minutes. Because one of the habits you do every single day might be quietly accelerating brain decline, and almost nobody is talking about it. Your doctor isn't ignoring it on purpose, it's just that most appointments focus on treating problems after they show up, not preventing the subtle changes that build for years beneath the surface. But here's what changed everything for me. A long-term study tracking over 30,000 adults found that certain daily behaviors, things that feel completely harmless, were strongly associated with faster cognitive decline, memory loss, and even early signs of neurodegeneration. And the most surprising part? These weren't extreme habits. They were ordinary, everyday routines. Now, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most overlooked ones, counting down from 5 to 1. And I want you to stay with me, because number 2 is something most people believe is actually healthy, but in the wrong context, it may be doing the exact opposite. But first, let me ask you something. How old are you? And have you noticed any changes in your memory or focus recently? Leave a comment below. I read every single one, and it helps shape what I share with you here. All right, let's begin. Number 5. Sitting for long periods without interruption. This one sounds almost too simple, but prolonged sitting, especially in blocks longer than 60 to 90 minutes, has been linked to reduced blood flow to the brain. And your brain is incredibly sensitive to circulation. Think of it like this. Your brain depends on a steady delivery of oxygen and nutrients. When you sit for too long without moving, that delivery slows down, and over time, that creates an environment where cognitive performance begins to decline. One study showed that adults who sat for extended periods without breaks had measurable thinning in regions of the brain associated with memory. Now here's the key detail most people miss. It's not just about how much you sit, it's about how often you interrupt it. The solution? Every 45 to 60 minutes, stand up. Walk for just 2 to 3 minutes. That's enough to restore circulation and re-engage neural activity. Small interruption, massive long-term difference. Number 4. Poor sleep timing, even if you sleep enough. You might think you're doing everything right because you're getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep, but timing matters just as much as duration. Your brain operates on a circadian rhythm, a biological clock that regulates everything from hormone release to cellular repair. And here's the problem. Irregular sleep schedules, going to bed at different times each night, disrupt that rhythm. When that happens, your brain doesn't fully enter the deeper stages of sleep where detoxification occurs. Yes, detoxification. During deep sleep, your brain clears out metabolic waste, including proteins associated with cognitive decline. If that process is interrupted repeatedly, those compounds begin to accumulate. The fix is surprisingly simple. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Consistency trains your brain to repair itself more efficiently. Number 3. Chronic low-level dehydration. This one catches almost everyone off guard. Even mild dehydration, just 1 to 2% below optimal levels, can impair attention, memory, and mental clarity. And as we age, something important changes. Your sense of thirst becomes less reliable. So you may not feel thirsty, even when your brain needs water. Here's what happens biologically. Your brain cells rely on proper fluid balance to maintain electrical signaling. When hydration drops, that signaling becomes less efficient. You feel it as brain fog, slower thinking, reduced focus. The solution isn't complicated. Drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. A good rule? Start your morning with a full glass of water and keep a steady intake every few hours. Number 2. Constant background noise. Now this is the one I told you about earlier, because most people believe this is harmless or even helpful. Having the TV on all day, background music, constant noise while working. It feels normal, but your brain interprets that noise very differently. Even when you're not actively paying attention, your brain is still processing it. That creates something called cognitive load. And over time, that constant low-level stimulation prevents your brain from entering states of deep focus and recovery. In other words, your brain never fully rests. Studies have shown that reducing background noise, even for a few hours a day, can significantly improve memory retention and mental clarity. Try this. Create intentional silence periods during your day. No TV, no music, no passive noise. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that silence is where your brain resets. Number 1. Skipping mentally challenging activities. This is the most important one, because your brain follows a simple rule: use it or lose it. As we age, the brain naturally begins to prune unused neural connections. That's normal, but here's the critical point. You can slow or even partially reverse that process by challenging your brain consistently. And I don't mean passive activities like scrolling or watching videos. I mean active engagement, learning something new, solving problems, engaging in unfamiliar tasks. When you do that, your brain forms new connections, a process called neuroplasticity. And this is where things get powerful. Research shows that individuals who regularly engage in mentally demanding activities have a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline. So the question becomes, when was the last time you truly challenged your brain, not entertained it? These 5 habits, prolonged sitting, inconsistent sleep timing, dehydration, constant noise, and lack of mental challenge, may seem small on their own, but together, they shape the environment your brain operates in every single day. And here's what I want you to take away from this. Brain health isn't about one big change. It's about small, consistent signals you send your body over time. And the best part? It's never too late to start. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The question is, what signals are you giving it? If this helped you, subscribe for more evidence-based insights like this every week. And before you go, tell me in the comments, which of these habits surprised you the most, and which one are you going to change first? I read every comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Challenged it. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a measurable difference over time.